Здравейте в Авиошоу от удобните нови кресла на Терминал 2 на Софийското летище. Наистина изглеждат много по-добре нещата сега, доста по-удобно е, доколкото видях. Имаме и USB входове, т.е. не само може да си излегнете тук, а може и да поработите, и ако ви свършва батерията на телефона, защото това е много важно, особено за тинейджерите, или на лаптопа, да се включите и да се позаредите междувременно. И това не са единствените новости. Ще си сложа маската сега, защото ставам и е хубаво да даваме добър пример. Има масички. Между другото, всичко е направено от екологични материали, рециклирани такива. И мебелировката тук, и масите, и ето тези високи столове, които виждате, на които има от чудо контакти. Има контакти за зареждане на лаптопи и работят. Ето USB порт, контакт. И съвсем спокойно може да си седнете ето така. Не съм си взел компютъра, но да поработите докато си чакате полета или да хапнете една ябълка, която някой си е забрал там в другия край. Но ябълката е част от екологичното развитие. Вместо да ядем боклуци, вафли и чипсове, ядем плодове на Софийското летище. Това говори много добре за пътниците, които минават от тук. Освен това развитие, сега с новия главен изпълнителен директор на Софийското летище, Хесус Кабайеро Пинто, ще поговорим и той ще ни разведе и ще ни покаже от някакви от другите промени и иновации, които настъпиха тук. Една от основните от които е от чудо кафе. Вкусно и хубаво кафе с сандвичи, място на което може да хапнете, докато изчаквате полета си, като обещанието е за още такива, както и развитие на търговската зона. Ето тук виждаме изнесен kind of free shop, но в бъдеще, още през следващата година, ще започне ремонт, при който ще виждаме така наречения walk-through free shop магазин или магазин, през който се преминава още след като преминете паспортния контрол на летището. Ще попитам и дали скоро ще бъде оправен ръкава. Известен с това, че не работи вече повече от 15 години. И така, останете с Авиошоу, за да се разходим по обновеното летище София в галерията на Терминал 2.
Seville, before in 2019 we have 7.5 million passengers per year, and here in Sofia 7.1, 7.2. So in terms of number of passengers per year are very similar. Then the infrastructure, in terms of the capacity, is also similar. And there is another important similitude is the MRO facilities, maintenance for aircraft, because in Seville there is a big history tradition in terms of aviation industry, and they have a very important aviation tradition. And here in Sofia is more similar.
Инфраструктурата в Севиля и София наистина е доста сходна, както съм ви показвал в Авиошоу, и там има още един перон, който е разположен от другата страна на пистата и е за ремонт, сервизни дейности, но и производство, защото там е базирана част от производствената линия на Airbus. Коментирахме с господин Кабайеро, че най-голямото производство на Airbus в Испания е базирано точно в Севиля, където се правят военните A400M и Airbus C295. Преди това той се казваше Каса 295 по името на компанията, която стана част от европейския консорциум. Авиационната традиция е подобна и това е допълнително предимство за новия директор на летище София в усилията му да прилага добрите практики между двете летища. По думите му, има и достатъчно авиационни инженери за компаниите по поддръжка и летищата, както в София, така и в Севиля, но в София разликата е, че има също богата традиция и условия за производство на подобни кадри, поради наличието на достатъчно технически училища и университети. В същото време София вече се превърна в един от най-големите хъбове на Луфтханза техник в Европа, а и в световен мащаб. Имаме развитие и в северния район, именно благодарение на позитивния опит от Луфтханза и все повече нови хангари се появяват там, в опит да се възползват от предимствата и опита на германската компания. За целите на разходката интервюто ще останем с маски, за да даваме добър пример, защото в България хората не спазват особено правилата и точно за това ние ще сме тези, които ще дават позитивния пример в цялата сграда на летището.
Идеята ни е да се разходим из терминала, за да видите нещата от първа ръка и да обясним какво се случва тук.
Meridian to cover the management of the airport in April, and we have four main objectives. First of all, is the passenger experience. So, as you mentioned, the passenger.
That's the priorities, four main priorities.
We have passenger experience is one of the priority.
Okay.
Then is the airlines and air connectivity because they are our user.
Yeah.
And to make it happen to improve the passenger experience and the quality for our customer, for our airline, we have a big ambition investment. This is the third objective, all the investment that we are bringing. And the fourth but not the least is the staff, because all this transformation cannot happen with our staff and their professional companies and organizations are about people. So for me and for Meridian, the corporate and social issues is also important, not only the environmental but also the social issues.
За него основната цел е летище София да се превърне в образец в региона, да бъде модерно и конкурентно в Европа. Интересно и друго, че новата мебелировка отговаря на целта на оператора да бъде устойчив и екологичен, защото всички мебели са направени от рециклирани материали, включително от преработени пластмасови бутилки, събирани от океана. Това добавя елемент на грижа за околната среда, а и винаги е добър маркетинг.
Sustainability is now on top of the agenda of everyone, and it's quite good actually that Sophia Airport is thinking about that, and it's eco-friendly, everything.
Exactly.
But in terms of continuing of this process, what are we going to see? What are the next steps?
Yes, because a passenger experience in a terminal is a combination of several processes. So, for example, my idea is to start when you are thinking to take a flight, and you are starting to interact with the airport. I mean, you are thinking, for example, if you are a tourist passenger, you are thinking what is your new destination for your holidays. So at that point, we want to start interacting with the passenger through our website, to offering you. It's not now ready, but we will be ready because we are working in the new website to offering to book the parking. We are working in develop the parking system, the curbside. So when you are coming to the airport, you will see improvement in the curbside. Also, you will have the possibility to book your parking area. And also we are working in for the next year, 22-23, we have a big amount of investment for the new security checkpoint, for the new baggage system, new walk-through duty-free shop that you will see next year starting. We are expecting to start the work in March, April for the new walk-through duty-free. So we are bringing the best expertise for the international companies in this area. And so you will see the biggest transformation by mid of 22 in terms of retail, commercial area, and so on.
Because so far this airport was quite empty. When it get in, especially here in this passenger gallery, there was nothing. Only some places to sit, even without any outlets for the electricity. Now we're seeing the development going on. There is a new cafe right there that I haven't seen last year, for example.
Yeah,
are you using this period of lower passenger traffic because of the pandemic?
The pandemic didn't stop us our investment objective and the budget that we have for every single area. For us, it's also a priority. The airfield and the safety and security for an airport is a priority. So we have an important capex to improve the safety operation in the airfield, and we have also a capex to improve the capacity and the passenger experience for the next year. So you will see, and we will communicate every single step, and also the commercial areas, because we will see that this is obviously this is an example that you see that we are now offering to the passenger, but the main transformation will come during 2022 and 2023. This is the first big improvement that we are bringing, and later on after 2023 we will start with the designing and the construction of the new Terminal 3. We will have a new step in the level of quality and capacity.
Yeah.
So now we are preparing all this designing, all these plans, and we will start to executing all this new investment starting in 2022.
So first there's going to be the improvement of the existing terminals, mostly T2.
Exactly.
Then it's going to be T3. And what about Terminal 1? According to the request for proposals, it couldn't be demolished, so the building needs to be there. But in the project that we saw from Meridian, this terminal is it's gone. It's not there. And instead of on a place of the Terminal 1, the plan was to build a new cargo terminal for the airport. Mm-hmm. Is that gonna change, or is it gonna stay this way?
Mm-hmm. This is a good question.
How are you gonna tackle this problem?
Well, several things. First of all, the Terminal 1, as you mentioned, we want to preserve the iconic because it's part of the aviation tradition of the city and of the country.
Part of the aviation history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for us, it's also important from the social and the corporate point of view to preserve this iconic and this historic aeronautical tradition. But at the same time, we need to deliver the best passenger experience to our passengers, and also the best quality to airlines to make Sofia a reference in the region, in the Eastern Europe. So that because our investment is focused in Terminal 2, to develop the Terminal 2 during 22-23, and later on start developing the new Terminal 3.
По първия приоритет някои първоначални усилия са вече видими навсякъде из терминала. От новите зони за релакс и зареждане на всевъзможни устройства до обновяването на тоалетните, болна тема за летище София от много години насам. Преди година, или поне до преди няколко месеца, нямаше къде да си заредиш телефона или лаптопа. Нямаше къде да седнеш дори и да си изчакаш полета.
So we'll finally see the end of this bottleneck at the escalators here at Terminal 2.
Yes, so we have several improvements in the security checkpoint to avoid this queuing. So the first step is to increase the capacity in the security checkpoint, adding new security lanes and adding new border police counters. So we already did it because we added last week 2 new double counters for the border police to increase the capacity. Now the border police are bringing more resources, more police officers.
Генералният план на Министерството на транспорта е заложено през 29-та година новият Терминал 3 да бъде построен и да се преместим на ново място с повече капацитет и повече ленти за проверка на сигурността. Въвеждаме най-новите технологии в проверките, ще има ленти за автоматично движение и така нататък, така че внасяме още иновации във всеки отделен процес, казва Кабайеро. От мен обаче следва един мъчителен въпрос. Има един стар ръкав, който още не работи. Той беше счупен само година след откриването на Терминал 2 и все още е в ремонт, близо 20 години по-късно. Кабайеро Пинто обещава ръкава да работи още до година. Концесията е поета през април, така че времето просто не достига да се направи всичко на куп.
So we want to be the most competitive airport in the region to attract the market and to attract the airlines and increase their connectivity. That's because we are focusing in the new. We are not increasing the tariff for next year to help the airlines to recover as soon as possible and to stimulate the demand next year. And on top of that, we are offering new incentive scheme for example, for long haul. We are offering 99% of discounts in the landing fees. We are expecting to have a new connection, 2-3 new long haul connections.
When? Now is the time to tell us. When and where are we going to fly long haul? Because we see the long haul aircraft right there. One is parked at the de-icing apron, but still there are no direct flights from Sofia for that long haul.
Oh, this is as you well know because you are working in this aviation sector, it's a matter of the decision should be taken by the airline.
Yep.
So what we are doing is helping them and supporting them to take the decision as soon as possible. Because, for example, a long-haul flight, as you know, first of all, you need this permission, a license from an agreement between the countries. So we are working on this, helping the airlines to get this license and the permission as soon as possible, shown to the authorities that this airport is safety and secure, because this is what they are looking the destination to come to open this long-haul flight. So this is our responsibility.
So you're only allowed to tell us that the negotiations are ongoing.
Exactly.
But you cannot tell us with whom and what are the destinations.
Yeah, because this is important to protect the decision of the airline. This is not so we are working with them, and the decision should be announced by the airlines and the airport. But my message is that we are working in this direction, and what is in our hand is to provide competitive tariff, competitive handling, not only for the long haul, also for our airlines who has aircraft base in the airport. So we are offering important discount in the aircraft base. So for example, you have 2 aircraft base and increase in 3, you have important discount in the parking charges. Also you have 6 and you pass from 6 to 7, you have an important discounts in the aircraft bases. Also we want to develop the traffic, the domestic flight in the country through our airport.
For the connecting traffic.
Exactly. So we are offering important discounts from these airlines who are doing this connection from Sofia to Barga and Burna, for example, 70% discount in the passenger fees for connection to Burgas and 90% discount in the passenger fees to airlines who go to
Говорим и за бизнеса с сервизиране и ремонт на самолети, който е много важен за едно летище и е голямо предимство да имаш такива услуги за привличане на повече трафик и увеличаване на свързаността. Когато авиокомпания иска да отвори по-дълга дестинация, трябва да е сигурна, че ще има достъп до подобни услуги. Така че наличието на голям МРО център привлича авиокомпаниите, защото и през зимата те могат да се възползват от съществуването му, за да ремонтират самолетите.
So having the, Lufthansa technique here now that they sold the channel facility to Atlantic company, now Sofia become the biggest facility in terms of MRO in Europe for Lufthansa. And they Lufthansa technique, and they provide maintenance, heavy maintenance for all the airlines, the majority of the airlines in Europe. So they will attract to allocate implement new route, because when you are bringing an aircraft to be repaired or for the heavy maintenance plan, you can also sell the capacity, adding new route. So this is also for me in my strategic plan, having an MRO, this big MRO facilities will help us to increase the air connectivity, and will send a message to the aviation industry that this is a very good airport to invest in this activity. And we will do this virtuous circle, no? Because if you promote this facility, you will attract more airlines. So this is a virtual circle that we want to take this opportunity and advantage.
As far as I know, there is lack of space now there. So are you in talks with the government for an expansion to the north of the airport?
Yes, we have in the concession agreement in the land of the airport, in the north, in the northeast, we have a huge space to develop the MRO activities. And I'm starting to offering to all these companies our space, and also in the master plan we allocate a land to develop this activity, because it's very important. And all of them, because I already started the meeting with them, and they are very happy to hear from us that we want to develop this activity and that we have the space to develop. And we have several requests for new hangar to increase this activity in the airport.
Yeah.
This is
the process has already started.
Exactly. So my idea is, as you mentioned, is because I did it in Seville with this big MRO facility for Ryanair. So the idea is to keep on doing, supporting the airlines to attract them to our airport.
Cargo is the major topic all around the aviation industry. We saw during the crisis that air cargo was actually pretty important. It was of a strategic importance to the whole world, and especially here in Europe. And Sofia is proven to be one of the newly forming smaller cargo hubs with more flights now coming through Bulgaria, but we've never had a dedicated cargo terminal. So what about expanding the cargo facilities at the airport, and what is your strategy related in relation to air cargo?
For the cargo, we have also a plan. It's very important. But if you may, I would like to answer you because you mentioned that I'm thinking in the government like a partner to help us in the recovery. But because I was telling you this because this is what I did in Seville Airport when I was the CEO of Seville Airport. No? When I took over the management of Seville Airport in 2013, the airport only have 3.5 million passengers. And in terms of quality, the airport was also the worst in class. You know? So in 6 years, we award the best airport in Europe in 2018 in the segment between 5 and 10 million passengers. And in 2019, we award the best global airport in this segment. And we doubled the number of passengers to 7.5 million. How we did it? It was working with the stakeholder, working with the local government to go market by market, promoting the destination in the market that we saw that there was potential. So this is what I did in Seville, and this is what I'm bringing to Sofia, to work together with the local government to promote not only Sofia and the destination, but also the country. But the airlines, they will need to increase the load factor, for example, to convince an airline to open a new route to Sofia. We need to show them, first of all, that is a potential, that the destination is going to invest in the promotion and to secure the load factor to have the yield. No? So this is what is happening. So we will do route by route, and you will see how it's happening because it started. I mean, we are talking with the airlines to make it happen. So going back to your question about the cargo, so cargo is very important in a capital city, especially in Sofia, because if you see, we have a lot of cargo flights that are flying from Asia, Pacific, also from Middle East that are doing the stopover right now in Sofia to go to US.
Yeah.
So meaning, and they are using Sofia Airport for the stopover, for the refueling, and why they are choosing Sofia and not other airport close like Istanbul or Bucharest. They can use whatever airport around us, but they are choosing Sofia. So
why?
Because we are super competitive in price. Very well geographically situated and super competitive in price.
We need to exploit that in the future as well.
Exactly. So this is the main advantage to develop the cargo. This is in our plan, in our strategy to develop the cargo, taking this opportunity. So, and also we are competing with the other airport, but we are bringing to our airport. We have planned also in our master plan to develop the cargo area and the new cargo area.
So it's going to be a dedicated cargo area.
Exactly.
Because now we can see cargo planes all around the airport.
Yes.
And there is no dedicated area about them, and there is no cargo terminal.
Exactly, because as you see, the Terminal 2 will be expanded to the new Terminal 3, so we will need to dedicate a specific area for cargo to have enough space to develop the cargo in the airport. So we have in the master plan that we submit last month to the grantor, to the Ministry of Transport. Our idea is to develop the cargo. This is also a very important source of revenue, not also revenue, but to increase the business and the industry to bring more investment to the country. So this is also an important part for the airport and for the region.
And as far as I know, in the past, major players in the cargo market, as DHL for example, have expressed interest to open smaller hubs. Here in Sofia, they have a new facility here for the cargo handling, but is there that interest, is it still on the table, and not just from this company, but also from other players like UPS, FedEx, or other operators?
Yes, we are supporting them because every cargo airline has their own way to operate. DHL, as you know, they invest in their own facilities. They have very good facilities here in the airport. But UPS and FedEx, they have another business model. So what we are doing is to provide them what they need, and also to support the cargo industry to boost this industry, because we can offer them. What we are doing, for example, from the airport, is to offering a special discounts for air cargo airlines if they are adding a new route, or if they are bringing a biggest aircraft. So we are offering 30% discount in the landing fees to stimulate this growing at the airport. That's because a message that we are very focused and interested to develop the cargo also.
What is the time frame for that?
It depends because the investment in the master plan, what we are allocating is the organization and the urbanization of the airport. So if we are accelerating the cargo traffic, so we will accelerate the investment in the cargo. So it will happen in parallel. So that's because I cannot tell you when it's going to happen. It will happen once we are able to accelerate the cargo traffic.
Because we have a major facility for pilot training on the other side of the airport, which is kind of not so small in European terms, and it's expanding as well. It now has 4 full flight simulators with plans to build more.
Yes.
So in that respect, we now see the whole aviation infrastructure around the airport, and it's kind of an aviation hub for the whole Bulgaria and for the whole region.
Exactly. That not only for the pilot is very important, but also for the maintenance technical professional, because here in Sofia we have a very good university and a school to provide good professional to do the maintenance of the aircraft. This is very important, and that is because Sofia is becoming a reference in the MRO, in the maintenance of the aircraft, because we have very good professional, very good university and school, and our labor cost is very competitive. So we have very professional technician, and with a very competitive. So that's because Sofia is becoming a reference in Europe for the MRO activity.
How about general aviation? Sofia was lacking and is still lacking the infrastructure for general aviation. There is no dedicated general aviation terminal for small aircraft. It's not so easy on them with the taxis and all the other services that are provided at the airport. We even had difficulties of getting avgas, for example, for the small aircraft. Is that going to be a focus as well of development? Because in Bulgaria there are not much private pilots, but many people want to fly through Bulgaria to other destinations.
This is also a very good question, because we are the only airport in the country to provide avgas. We have a lot of requesting for business jet, private aviation, general aviation. So now, but what we need to have is, when we have all their requests, we are building up this business case to really be sure that we have enough demanding to create this FBO, this like a small terminal to provide this service. And this could be, for example, a good solution for Terminal 1, when we moved all the traffic from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2. Terminal 1 will remain for this kind of executive aviation, general aviation.
Yeah,
so
and
this
it can always be tendered to a third party to
this
operate
is
as well.
yeah, we are thinking this could be a solution, so we are thinking in this kind of solution.
The real last question that I'm asking every single general director of Sofia Airport is about the plane spotters. They're the guys who are actually doing a lot about our marketing, because they're doing the pictures of the aircraft and showing them to the public, and the public is always fascinated with the charisma of aviation. We see now many airports in Europe opening up, doing terraces, observation points, and so on. Do you have any plans in that respect? Because Sofia is a really cool place to have a spotters platform. It's sunny most of the days throughout the year, and it actually is It has the mountains all around, so the background is really nice.
Yes, yes, I really like the spotter community. This is very important for the airport because they promote the airport and they promote.
That's what I mean.
No, this is very important. So we are thinking on it. Maybe we will arrange yes, a special day for the spotters. So I will be with them to explain our changes, our investment, our plans. So we will prepare this meeting with them. And we are thinking what is the best place for them because there is in the Terminal 2 there is a very good area with terrace and so on for them, but at the same time I'm thinking in this terrace for very nice business lunch, food and beverage, taking the opportunity.
It can be outside as well. They don't mind to stay in the rain.
Yeah, but the message for me that this is for me a very friendly community, and so we are thinking also on them, and we will arrange a special session with the spotter community in Sofia, and we can talk about the possible spot for facilitate them all this picture because they are also they are communicating also Sofia, our airlines, our destination. So this is a very important channel also for us.
A lot of people from the aviation community are also thinking about that.
Well, the name should be Sofia because this is.
We know about Sofia. Many airports have names like, I mean, Munich, for example, Franz Josef Strauss.
Yeah, but. No, we are thinking because to keep the name of the city of the capital, because this is the destination in Sofia is the capital of the country, so we will keep this name, unless because this example comes from the politics of the government. They decide this should be decided by them because this airport belongs to the government and to the country, and they should think of this. But from our point of view, we will keep the name of the destination. This is our purpose.
There is this classification from, it's a private company, but nevertheless it's now the opinion leader in the industry, Skytrax. According to it, Munich is the only 5-star airport in Europe. Do you have a goal of putting more stars onto Sofia Airport in the future?
The 5-star accreditation is a very ambitious objective, no? A goal. But the only way to improve is to have in mind ambitious objectives. Yeah. Obviously, we want to be a 5-star airport, but we need to do a lot of work before this happens. No?
Thank you very much for this conversation. Включвам се от бащиното или майчиното летище на София. Поне така се твърди, Мюнхен. Това е изцяло пожелание на Силвия, между другото. Даже се сваля маската, въпреки че в Германия това не е разрешено. И за всички невярващи, тук все още има изискване за или медицинска маска, като тази, или маска с FFP2 филтър. Никакви други маски не се признават. Говориме на всички антиваксери и невярващи, защото ние поддържаме много това да не се разпространяват теориите на конспирациите. Както и да е. Повода да се включи от Мюнхенското летище всъщност е, че в София, както и тук, трафика расте значително. Ние ще имаме нови линии, както се разбра днес. Днес е едва сряда, още не сме стигнали края на седмицата и събота. Ще летим до Момбаса, в Кения, до Канарските острови, къде ли още не, но това ще бъдат само сезонни, най-вероятно редовни чартери, както ми наричаме. И така, трафика се възстановява, особено в Европа, където всичко е зелено, а не тъмно червено, както е в България. И след Мюнхен и Ница стигнах до Монако, където пристигнах за участие в 12-то издание на APG World Connect. Конференция, обединяваща лидерите в авиационния бранш от целия свят. Тази година темата на конференцията ще бъде възстановяването на авиационния сектор, най-силно пострадалата глобална индустрия в резултат от пандемията. Ще ви срещна с някои от лидерите, както на авиокомпаниите, така и на летищата и всички структуроопределящи услуги, които помагат за развитието на авиационния сектор. Виждали се светлина в края на тунела, какви бяха уроците от пандемичния период и какво ще се случи както за авиокомпаниите, така и за техните клиенти. От една страна пътниците, всички нас, а от друга страна компаниите, от които зависи сектора. Гледайте в следващите издания на Авиошоу.